Well, I mean, in a clickbaity sort of way, context doesn't matter. The reason context doesn't matter is because it's such a vague and meaningless term that people throw around as if it means something. And I think that when people throw it around, and people throw it around a lot, right? It depends on the context. In the field of systems thinking, they throw it around a lot as it's like a blocker, well, it depends on the context. Well, it depends on,
you mean like it's a hedge?
It's like a statement that sounds like you know what you're talking about, but it means it's meaningless. It's a meaningless statement, because if you actually zoom into what context is, you probably wouldn't say it, and you'd realize that you're saying something meaningless.
Well, I don't think most people think that they're saying something meaningless.
Oh, I'm sure they don't.
I think what people are trying to communicate, and maybe it's a failure of the English language, I don't know. It's also probably a little bit of how they're thinking about it. But I think when people say that, they're like, well, it depends on the situation. It depends on what's happening around the thing that you're talking about.
Yes, right. Yes. That's what they mean, yeah. And in that sense, obviously, I'm saying this somewhat jokingly.
Yes.
It's not like I'm really offended by it, but it's funny that you said maybe it's a language thing, because the term context actually comes straight out of language. So I've written this out for you.
Oh.
Look at this.
Text.
So it does literally come from language. So context, you could think of it as if you speak Spanish or something, con means with. Context means with the text, right? So when we say, pick a text. Say this is a paragraph. It's got a period. It's got an indent.
This one.
You like this one right here. So this guy right here. Okay. So there's the text. Well, what's the context that gives that text meaning?
All the other stuff around it.
All the other stuff around it. Well, what is the other stuff around it?
Text. Yeah.
So context is just all the other text.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So what's with the text? More text.
Other text.
Other text. So when we think in terms of DSRP, distinction, systems, relationships, and perspectives, DSRP is defining the context. So strangely enough, what DSRP does so well is build the context, but it does it in a very specific, tactical, detailed, not vague way. Because it literally distinguishes what are the identities that you're dealing with. What are the words in the case of a paragraph, or what are the organisms in the case of an ecology, or what are the people in the case of a network. It deals with those. It deals with how those people are grouped or nested into hierarchical part-whole systems. Mm-hmm. It deals with the relationships between them. It deals with the different perspectives. So when we think about this little red piece of text right here, what we have to understand is the context of that text is just other little pieces of text, which could also be the focus text.
Okay.
Right? So the text, so this guy over here, this, let's call this number 1 and number 2 text. When number 1 is the text, number 2 is part of the context. When number 2 is the text, number 1 is part of its context. So they're co-contextualizing each other.